You guys want to see what VITALY LALETIN looked like 15 years ago at the age of 19 or 20? Here's what he looks like then compared to nowadays. He's completely evolved, probably put on at least 100 pounds. I mean, just ridiculous the condition he's in now 15 years later. That just goes to show that a lot of these arm wrestlers, I would say their prime can be like mid to late 30s for a lot of the top athletes, especially when they take the sport 100% serious. But it's so cool looking back at like this footage of VITALY here when he was about 21 here in 2011 going against Arsen Liliev. He gets flash pinned. Here he's got a match against a Georgian guy. Looks like a completely different VITALY. It would be hard to even say that's the same person compared to what we see of him nowadays with the full beard and a lot bigger. But here he's going against the King's move. What a match here, actually. This is a really good match. And he loses. Now he's going against Roman Filipov in 2012 here on the left. This is a really good compilation, by the way. I'll put the link in the description. It's like 15 minutes of highlights from 2010 to 2019. So basically up until when he faced Levon in the top 8, and then, you know, all the matches since then have been East versus West, basically, or King of the Table. So then you can see those matches there. But this is pretty cool just to see the progression of VITALY in the sport going back to, you know, 19, 20 years old in 2010. And just shows how that consistency can pay off in the sport 15 years later, as we see him pretty much being in the top 5. I would say top 3. I mean, depends if you put him above Hermes or not, considering Hermes beat him last time. But I think if they were to have a rematch, I would put VITALY as the favorite personally. But I don't know about you guys. Definitely let me know in the comment section if you think VITALY would beat Hermes if they were to have a rematch. But look at this match here. Like, VITALY definitely susceptible to some type of flop wrist. I mean, because he'll get the hand position. So even back then, a little susceptible to that technique. But I think he was still able to finish this match with a win here. I kind of looked like an elbow foul there, but oh no, he loses that match. Yeah, he loses to the flop press in 2012 to Roman Filipov. That's crazy. And here's 2013. Skinny VITALY still. But look at how long. It's just ridiculous how long his forearm is. But here he gets sucked into the hook, and he doesn't maybe have the arm power or the can opener. Like, if this was 2015 in this position here, like, he would just completely can opener. Like, let's look. This is like the same position almost. Although Jerry doesn't really pull like an offensive hook. It's more of a flop press. But, I mean, you see how VITALY is just able to use pronation to get out of that position nowadays. But in 2013 here, he's getting dragged in the hook. Let's see. Does he lose this match? Probably, right? Yeah, he loses that. Here's him against Krasimir. Krasimir looked pretty comfortable 2014, but you're going to start to see him leveling up in these future years here. He's got another war here against somebody who's doing a flop press. Looks like this is an absolutely long match. Let's kind of skip forward here. This against Gitalo. I think they had like a multiple minute match against Gitalo. And what did VITALY win? By fouls, or did he? Oh, he pinned him. I think this is a super long match. VITALY has had some really good matches in the World Championships. Here's 2016 against Zaranov. We saw these guys have a super match in East versus West, which VITALY won. They faced back then as well. VITALY won pretty comfortably. Let's see. Ooh, 2016 on the left against Oleg Zhok. Is this the match where Oleg wins? Oleg gets the hand completely compromised. Look at VITALY going for a flop wrist. It's hard to beat a guy like Oleg. That's crazy. Okay, we got another match where he gets the hand position, but the opponent still applying pressure with their wrist back. Again, that seems to be the one technique that can be susceptible, because VITALY has such an ability to take the hand, but the flop can be a counter. Although, yeah, we saw that the flop was not a counter for Jerry because he just couldn't even get into the position with the shoulder behind it. So I think 2017, I'm pretty sure he wins the world championship here, if I'm not mistaken. Here's a match against Farid Osmanli or Farid Usmanov. Here's a match against the Armenian guy, which he just completely destroys. And I believe this was the final against Georgie from Georgia. Look at that technique there. Really fluid technique and hand control there, if you saw what he did there. And he's taking the hand, but his elbow comes off. I think he lost that one, but then in the rematch he wins, and he becomes a world champion, I believe, 2017 on the left arm. You see the excitement there. Yeah, it's really cool to see this footage. So then we see 2018 against Gitalo final. So there he's world champion in the 110 class in 2018. And then 2019, of course, we see him in the top 8 against VITALY. Not doing too bad considering the year before he was competing at 110 kilograms, 242 pounds. And then to have a match with Levon the next year, who's, you know, like 400 pounds, is crazy. So, I mean, this video, I'll put the link in the description, kind of shows a good transformation of him across the years there. I thought it was pretty interesting to share, but it's really cool seeing the shape of VITALY. Do you guys think he's going to be able to do anything with Levon in February? I'm really looking forward to that match.